is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are a delivery driver from Phoenix, Arizona, Michael Parisi, a bar manager from Downers Grove, Illinois, Ryan Jansky, a curling professional from Toronto, Ontario, Brian Chick, an electrician from Joliet, Illinois, Phil Darren, a hospital pharmacist from Toronto, Ontario, Irv Gillette, and our returning champion, a government contractor from Lincoln, California, Trevor Schultz, whose one-day cash winnings total $13,601. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Eric Reithel.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Steve. Welcome to the game, everybody. Trevor is back with us to try and go for 2 in a row, hoping to extend his championship run. And of course, we also have Michael, Ryan, Brian, Phil, and Irv back. A lot of people are starting to get a little interested because we do have a tournament of champions coming down the pipeline. Trevor is the 14th unique champion I've had here on Zoom Jeopardy since starting this back at the end of April. So if one more person who has not won a game gets in, we've got a full lot ready to go. But until then, let's get tonight's game underway. Gentlemen, if you'll get your hands on your signaling devices. Your round 1 categories tonight are tea and sympathy. You're going to have to do the math. Higher education. Words that should rhyme but don't, like kilo and silo. Challenged and banned books. And finally, the Fab Four. All right, Trevor, where do we begin?
Challenged and banned books for 1,000.
The answer there. Viola's cross-dressing in this Shakespeare play ran afoul of a New Hampshire prohibition of Alternative Lifestyle Act. Irv.
What is A Midsummer? No. What is The Tempest?
No. Anyone else? Trevor.
What is 12th Night?
Yes.
Let's do same category, 8.
Many schools banned this Anthony Burgess novel due to its extreme violence. Phil.
What is A Clockwork Orange?
Correct.
Let's go with challenge and ban books for 600.
A landmark obscenity case in 1933 lifted a ban in the U.S. on this James Joyce work. Trevor.
What is Ulysses?
That's it.
All right. Let's go to words that should rhyme, 800.
A comfort food served in a special dish, and an exaggeration like, this is the greatest hot dish ever made. Ryan.
What is casserole and hyperbole?
Yes, correct.
Wow. That's good.
I don't know where I pulled that out of. Do it for 1,000. Words that should rhyme.
Take a look here, players. First and last name of this Game of Thrones actor who will be on board TNT's Snowpiercer in Season 2. Phil.
Was Sean Bean?
That's him.
Let's go with the Fab Four for 200.
After Pete Best, the Beatles went with him as their drummer when their managers picked Johnny Hutchinson said, no thanks. Trevor.
It was Ringo Starr.
Correct.
How about, let's see, higher education, 800.
In 1961, this private Texas school provided most of the land that became NASA's Mission Control Center. Michael.
What is Texas A&M?
No. Anyone else? And that is Rice.
Wow.
All right, Trevor, back to you.
All right, higher education, 6.
The Book of Knowledge is vied for by Carleton and Macalester, called this state's top 2 liberal arts colleges. Trevor?
What is Minnesota? What is Minnesota? Higher education, 1,000.
All right, there's only one in the round, and it's all yours, Trevor. You have a sizable lead at 2,400. Phil's your closest competition. What do you want to risk?
Okay, well, still early, so I feel like I can do this once in my career, and I would like to make this a true daily double.
All right, for 2,400, here is your clue. It's College Station campus. has one of the largest undergraduate populations in the United States?
Let's see. Well,
Anything.
what is Texas A&M?
You said it just in time. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice job, dude. All right, that takes you up to 4,800. Still your board. Where to?
All right. Let's do the math for 600.
If x2 plus 2 equals 18, x equals this. Michael.
What is 8?
No. Anyone else? Brian.
What is 4?
4 is correct.
Fab 4 for 1,000.
The lads honed their craft early on in this German city, sometimes playing 30 sets a week. Phil.
What is Hamburg?
That's it.
Let's do Fab 4 for 800.
Let me take you down because I'm going to. This song was recorded in 2 different speeds and keys and combined for an eerie effect. Brian.
What is Strawberry Fields Forever?
Correct.
Fab 4 600.
George learned to play guitar in his teens and learned to play this Asian string instrument in his 20s. Phil.
What is a sitar?
That's it.
Let's finish off Fab 4 for 400.
Jesus and Gandhi were 2 of John's picks that didn't make it onto the celeb-filled cover of this 1967 album. Phil.
What is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band?
Well done.
All right, let's do the math for 400.
9 divided by 3/4 equals this. Michael.
What is 12?
Yes. And with that, you move up to negative 1,000. Don't worry, plenty of game left, but we're taking a break right now. We're back in just a few minutes.
Hey, Eric, that clue was written as wasn't written as an exponent. That was written as a multiplication.
Was it?
Yeah, that $600 clue. It looked like a times 2, not a exponent of 2.
Sure. That is highly possible that that's just the formatting of this program, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, it didn't look like a square. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if it had the caret mark in there, that's one thing, but that might be a contestable correction.
No, that's legit. If it's just a bad formatting for the exponent, then yeah, it's probably just a font thing.
Oh, I get a Trebek correction. Yay.
I know. And now I have to do my best Trebek post-break to say, we have an update. A bit of a score update to correct that we've noticed in the commercial break. Michael rightfully noticed that the one do the math clue for 600 maybe didn't put the exponent number quite as high as I would have liked it to when designing the clue. And a number of the other players said it confused them as well. So in the interest of being fair, I've returned the $600 that he lost to him, but I did allow Brian to keep the 600 he gained from actually doing the math correctly. So the scores as you see them now are correct, and we're going back into the game with Michael, who gave us the last correct response. It's your board.
I will go to do the math for 800.
It's 5% of 400. Brian.
What is 20?
Yes.
Do the math for 1,000.
X plus 1 all squared expands to this. Trevor.
What is x squared plus 2x plus 2?
No. Anyone else? Trevor, you were really close. It's x squared plus 2. X squared plus 2x plus 1.
Yeah, got it after.
Brian, your board.
Tea and sympathy for 1,000.
It was like my own tongue was burned when I saw you sip a too-hot cup of the aromatic spiced Indian tea called masala this. No one? And that is masala chai. Brian, back to you.
Higher education, 400.
The 1960s anti-war movement that grew to cover the whole nation started at places like this California school, founded in 1868. Brian.
What is Berkeley?
Yes.
Higher education, 200.
Ralph Waldo Emerson started attending this college at age 14, graduated, and then began teaching there at age 18. Trevor.
What is Harvard?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's do words that should rhyme, 600.
A leaf collector and rice wine. Brian.
What is rake and sake?
Yes.
Word that should rhyme, 400.
Difficult and the stuff that's needed to make bread. Trevor.
What is tough and dough?
Yep.
Okay. Same category, 200.
Condensation forming on grass overnight and to stitch with needle and thread. Phil.
What is do and sew?
Those are the two, yes.
Let's do challenge and ban books for 400.
Now, 50 years since being published, her Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is still being challenged. Trevor.
It was Bloom.
Yes, Judy Blume.
Let's finish that category, 200.
In 2013, this racy E.L. James trilogy was pulled from library shelves in Florida, only to return due to public demand. Michael.
What is 50 Shades of Grey?
Correct.
I'll go to do the math for 200.
It's the decimal equivalent of 1/8. Michael.
What is 0.125?
Yes. I had to visualize it in my own head.
I'll go Tea and Sympathy for 800.
Last name of Glasgow's Sir Thomas, who made a company with the notion that poorer folk should be able to enjoy tea. Brian.
What is Tetley?
No. Anyone else? And we're looking for Lipton on that one. All right, Michael, back to you.
600.
I've got a warm, sympathetic ear and a hot cup of this tea, named for an 1830s British Prime Minister. Trevor.
Was Earl Grey?
Yes.
Okay. Tea for 4.
Black tea contains this stimulant, but I know you're sad it doesn't have more, so I got you a Jolt Cola with 160 milligrams in one can. Michael.
What is caffeine?
Correct.
Finish it out.
I'll feel bad for you if you forgot Thomas Sullivan invented these by accident when he wrapped tea samples in silk. Michael?
What are tea bags?
That's it. And with that, you move up to 600. Quite a spread. Trevor in the lead with 6,400. Irv, Aaron in 6th place at negative 1,000. And you will pick first in Double Jeopardy right after this. All right, Double Jeopardy time now. Irv, you got your pick of the categories first. History tells us. Architecture. That superhero villain won a Tony. In the end, the letters IN will be at the end of each correct response. Lakes of the Western Hemisphere. And the Fab Four. All right, Irv, your board.
Wow, 2 Fab 4 categories. I'll do Lakes of the Western Hemisphere for 400.
This lake, with the name of Manitoba's capital, was a location for the submarine movie K-19 The Widowmaker. Irv.
What is Lake Winnipeg?
Yes.
Same category, 800.
Take a look, players. Discovered by the French in 1634, the Straits of Mackinac separate these two Great Lakes. Irv.
What is Lake Michigan and Lake Huron?
Correct. And you're out of the hole.
Same category, 1,200.
covering more than 700 square miles. This Florida lake gets its name from the Hitchiti for big water. Trevor?
What is Okeechobee?
Yes.
Let's keep going with that. 1600.
At low water levels, the two largest of the Boulder Islands in this 110-mile artificial Nevada lake are connected. Michael?
What is Lake Mead?
Correct.
And we'll finish it out.
All right, take a look, players. In 2000, ruins of an ancient pre-Incan temple were found at the bottom of this very high altitude lake. Brian?
What is Titicaca?
Yes.
We get all of those.
Let's do that superhero villain won a Tony for 100.
Wolverine for The Boy from Oz, 2004. Michael?
Who is Jackman?
Yes, Hugh Jackman.
Keep going for 800.
Spider-Man for Angels in America, 2018. Phil?
Who's Tobey Maguire?
No. Anyone else? Trevor?
Who is Andrew Garfield?
That's him, yes.
Keep going. 1200.
Nightcrawler as the MC for Cabaret, 1998. Trevor?
Who's Alan Cumming?
Correct.
1600.
Black Widow for A View from the Bridge, 2010. Phil?
Who's Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
Let's finish the category out for 2000.
Dr. Horrible for Hedwig and the Angry Inch, 2014. Phil?
Who is Neil Patrick Harris?
Correct.
All right, let's do In the End for 400.
To mean a barrier, this word can follow iron or bamboo. Trevor?
That's curtain.
Yes.
Let's do the same one. Category for 1600.
Take a look, players. The lemon souffle seen here is in this small dish with a name from Dutch. Brian?
What is a
What is
ramekin?
ramekin?
Brian.
Ramekin. Sorry.
Yeah. I actually heard him say it at the same time as you, so he had the right answer. No worries.
Architecture for 2000.
All right, take a look, players. Classical architecture emphasized the column and a type of gable, which linguists believe got this name from a dialectal garbling of pyramid. And that garbling of pyramid is pediment. Brian, back to you.
Try architecture 16.
All right, you have found a daily double. You're sitting in third place with 6,000, but this clue is just for you. How much do you want to risk?
3,000.
All right, 3,000. Here you go. Introduced in 1925, this simplified style is also known as jazz moderne.
What is Art Deco?
That's it, and you move up to 9,000. You're hot on Trevor's heels, and the board is still yours. Where to?
History tells us 2000.
The 5 words Patrick Henry thought one should do if this be treason. No one? If this be treason, make the most of it. All right, Brian, back to you.
History tells us 1600.
This 1930s politician laying it out. For the present, you can just call me the Kingfish. Trevor.
Who's Huey Long?
That's him.
Let's see. Fab 4 for 1600.
For easier movement, these 1920s golf pants were 4 inches longer than normal, thus their name. Brian?
What is a +4?
Yes.
Fab 4 for 2000.
You went hunting for it and you found it. The second daily double. All right, only $1,000 separates you and Trevor. Now, Brian, how much do you want to risk?
We'll do 3,000 again.
All right, for another 3,000, here is the clue. Of the 4 parts of Wagner's epic Ring Cycle, this installment has a man's name. Anything?
Drawing a blank here.
Siegfried. That's what you're looking for there.
Never have gotten that.
All right, you're down to 7,600, but the board's yours. Where to?
Fab 4, 1,200.
Of the four corner states, it's the southeastern one. Trevor.
What is New Mexico?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's do in the end 2000.
This feeling of embarrassment or annoyance at one's own failure comes from the French. Phil?
What is chagrin?
Yes.
Let's do in the end for 1,200.
Both of the words in this alliterative term for a container of sale items end with in. Trevor?
What is bargain bin?
Yes.
Let's do in for 800.
If you use raw papaya or raw pineapple in this type of dessert, it won't jiggle. Phil?
What is gelatin?
Yes.
All right, let's do Fab 4 for 800.
This thigh muscle, consisting of 4 parts, lets you straighten your leg. Brian?
What is a quadricep?
Correct.
History tells us 1,200.
In 1942, this general told his troops, "A pint of sweat will save a gallon of blood." Phil?
Who is Patton?
George Patton, yes.
Let's do finish off Fab 4 for 400.
There are 4 cups of wine and 4 questions at the Seder celebrating this Jewish holiday. Phil?
What is Passover?
Correct.
Let's do history tells us for 800.
Karl Marx. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their these. They have nothing to lose but their chains. Phil?
Finish off history tells us for 400.
We will have no truce or parley with you, Hitler. You do your worst, and we will do our best, said he. Trevor?
Who's Churchill?
Winston Churchill, yes.
All right. Let's do architecture 12.
All right, take a look. It's fitting that the Latin for sleep gives us the name of these windows, frequently used in bedrooms. Trevor?
What are dormers?
Correct.
Then 800.
This is the branch of architecture that would utilize topiary most often. Phil?
What is landscape?
Yes. And now the last clue, architecture for 400. 4-letter word for an office plan without walls. Mark Zuckerberg said Facebook's headquarters is the largest one in the world. Phil?
What is open?
Yes. And with that, you move into 12,400, solid second place behind Trevor. Irv, you're still on the plus side on the board, so all 6 of you will be making it to Final Jeopardy tonight, and you're going to have to deal with this category, players. Little countries. Send me your wagers. Clue in a moment. Today's Final Jeopardy category, little countries. Players, remember to write your response in the form of a question to this clue. It's the closest nation to the mainland U.S., where cars customarily drive on the left. 30 seconds. Good luck. All right, let's see how well everyone did. Herb, we're going to start with you. 6th place, $200. What did you come up with?
At least you can tell that I changed my answer, but after, like, doesn't matter because I'm first. I wrote, what is Bermuda?
Bermuda is not correct. And it cost you $198. So that'll take you down to $2 as we come on over to Ryan Jansky. Ryan, $800. What'd you get?
I said, what is Cuba?
Cuba is not correct, and that is going to cost you $7.99. So you will finish with $1, but you will also
Damn it, Irv.
behind
That's why I did the 2.
as we come on over to Michael. Michael, 2,600. What'd you get?
I had absolutely nothing on this. I just guessed what is Panama.
Panama? No, that's not correct. But you didn't risk anything, so you're going to stay right where you're at 2,600. As we come over to Brian, 8,400. Brian, what'd you get?
I said, what is Barbados?
Barbados, not correct. And that will cost you everything. So that'll drop you down to 6th place with $0. As we come over to Phil. Phil, who made quite the move at the back into Double Jeopardy, 12,400. What'd you get, Phil?
I guess what are the Bahamas? I put what is, but what are the Bahamas?
The Bahamas? Absolutely correct.
Woo!
And with that, you will double up 24,800 as we come on over to Trevor, 15,600. Trevor, you did not have a good reaction when I said Phil was right. What did you get?
Well, because we were just there, but I don't remember driving on the left, do we, Michael?
No, I don't, and I'm an idiot.
Oh, well. I said, what is Belize?
Belize is not correct. It doesn't matter that it's going to cost you 92.01. You will finish in 2nd place as Phil Darren takes the throne again with $24,800. Well done. We'll have you back next time with 5 new challengers. Join us then. Thanks, you guys, for watching.